Buddy, so this is going to be the assignment or the activity that will run for seventh graders. It's going to be titled College 101. So let me just kind of run you through what it would look like. I sent you a link with another video that will show you can use it to kind of walk the students through how to do this activity. But in essence, if you just have these three questions, just to kind of get the tone set for the class period. So, what is college? What is its purpose? And do you want to go to college? And these are just great talking points to have with the kids. I mean, you can take a couple minutes, anywhere from like 2 to 5 minutes, and then we can start moving them on. It's just to kind of get them into that zone, into that headspace, and to get them thinking. Now, I'm going to give you essentially four different poster papers or pieces of butcher paper, and however you want to divide up the room, if you want to divide it up into four or whatever you'd like. I think four would be ideal because we have four different categories, but this is how it'll work. So essentially, once you play this video that I sent you, you want to have one group work on a couple different things, and really there's no certain thing that they have to look for. There's no specific pieces of information. It's literally just them going in, checking out what they like, what they find is interesting, and reporting back. And so they'll do it on their butcher paper, and I'll give you enough for all of your classes. But one group will do, they'll look up California Community College, and you'll see on the website that they're going to go on to what that'll look like. And another group can do the CSU system, and another group can do the UC system. These are just very relative college systems for our students. And then finally, there's another group that can do independent institutions. I know it says that, but you can just put on there like trade schools or vocational schools, and just give them, maybe 15 minutes or 20 minutes, whatever it might be. And they can go through and they start researching. They'll use their website to look up these different systems. Now, this next part is also another piece that I'd love for the students to do, and you can either create other groups to do it, or you can just add maybe one or two to each group. So we don't have to do all these different definitions, but essentially we want them to look up acceptance. So if you want to write that on the board and assign it to a group, that'd be awesome. Degree, major, and tuition. I think if we use those four different terms, I think that'd be awesome. So if you want to apply those or just tag them onto those other four groups, that'd be easy. So again, acceptance, degree, major, and then tuition. So those four, and essentially if they just, say just for example, you tie tuition, I'm going to scroll back up to independent or vocational and trade school, then they would look that up, and then maybe at the bottom, like down here on their butcher paper, they would write in tuition and then, the definition. And so that way what happens is one group is doing one of these boxes and a definition of some sort of term that applies to college, and another group is doing all of that information in a different term, and they come together, and if you want to put it up on the walls or whatever you like to do, sharing, however they get to collaborate and share with each other, that's kind of the end goal, is that we want them to start to work together and kind of build each other up in their knowledge of higher education. And that's essentially the whole activity. The second piece that I really need, that's part one. Part two, and I'm sorry, I'm scrolling past all this stuff. This is just a really long activity, and we just don't have that within our 45 minutes. So I'm going to skip past it. Is this next part is just them going on and completing their journal. Now, again, I know I mentioned it when we came into your classes, but the way they get on there, and it'll be on the video that I'll give you as well, so you can put that on your overhead projector, or they could even they could use it as a self-guided thing. But when they go on there and they find it, they go under my journal, college journal, and then they scroll down to the first prompt, and it says, "What have you learned about college? What else would you like to know? And what did you learn that surprised you? And finally, what college would you like to go to?" There's going to be the two different ones. There's going to be add journal and add response. So we just want to make sure that they're clicking on the right one, and that's going to be the one right under the question. It should be response. So anyway, that's pretty much it. So just a recap is 4 different groups. I'm going to scroll up. 4 different groups: California, community college, CSU, UC, and vocational. So if you just want to split up your class into 4 different groups, or however you like to do it, that allows you some sort of instructional control. Add in these 4 terms: acceptance or admitted, degree, major, and tuition. And then we get them talking. They take about 5-10 minutes to share out whatever it might be. And then finally, we want to leave enough time for them to journal. And this is how I can go back and I can be able to track them and scaffold my future lessons in 8th grade, so that we can build upon what they're doing, what they're learning. So we just want to make sure that they also answer this first journal prompt. So again, I'll be kind of roaming around throughout the day on Thursday in case you need me. We can, if you do need me in your class for something specific, you have a question or an emergency, you can always call Ashley at 25060, and she'll message me so that I can head over to your class. All right, thank you so much. See you soon.